Hey there, good afternoon. Yeah, yesterday was an interesting experience. I made a video, but then in the end I decided, no, I don't want to put that out there. It felt a bit like a guitar solo that is technically interesting or good, but somehow has no flow, no heart. And then I decided, no, you know what, nah. And it made me think a bit because I think for me, really, what I enjoy the most about making these videos is to enter a state where it just flows out of me. Um, Not so much preparation, but just let it flow. And interestingly, if I do that, that creative process actually gives me energy. It doesn't take energy from me. Compared to me trying to put something together, trying to be smart, let's say, that takes energy. And yeah, I guess yesterday what happened for me was that I'd already announced that I'm going to make this video on looks can be deceiving. And then I ended up with the rain starting yesterday, as you can see in the back. Yeah, I felt like, oh, you know what? Oh, today actually would be nice to just show you the rain a bit, and that's it. But since I'd already announced it, I tried to stick to it. And yeah, that's not it. So, how this all came to be is I mentioned already the last few days have been, when it comes to my physical state and also emotions and thoughts going along with them, a bit of a roller coaster. And at some point I thought, wow, this is really amazing. Like, this is fascinating to see how things can shift so rapidly back and forth and back and forth. So, what prompted me to look into this subject again was an experience of waking up 1 hour after having fallen asleep with tremendous nausea, and then somehow dragging myself out of bed at midnight, going down to the beach, stopping several times on the way because I thought, I can't, it's just too much, I can't. And made myself walk. I had this picture in my mind of somebody walking through the snow, returning from a mountaineering expedition and needing to reach back to base camp, right? You can't stop. Otherwise, well, it might be your last stop. So I kept on walking. At some point, I started running. I couldn't believe, yeah. And the whole thing was so utterly bizarre. The running, I think, I started like at 1 o'clock at night. Okay. Um, and in the end, this whole experience was so utterly strange and surreal somehow. I finally managed to get a few hours of sleep. Got up the next morning, actually felt better, but still nauseous. Did a climbing job, okay? Came back from that job and then recorded the following video. Yeah, if you saw me walking down the beach like this, what would you think? Yeah, what would your mind tell you? What would be your perception, your interpretation of what uh, what you see? Having seen myself on that video, right? It occurred to me, wow, how must it actually be for other people, yeah, to see me? And I tried to take that perspective of another person seeing me. What would that look like? And yeah, I think it made me look into this topic again of looks can be deceiving because what you see is not necessarily what actually is. Um, yeah, in my case, I mean, the guy running like a madman at 1 o'clock at night. I mean, if I were to see this, I would think like, wow, is he out of his mind? Does he have too much energy? Or what's happening, right? And it would never occur to me without having gone through a disease like this that this is what could be happening. So I just bring this up one more time because I think this is really what tends to happen when we get in touch with other human beings, that we draw our own conclusions based on our own experiences, and then there can be so many misunderstandings. And I think especially when it comes to disease, we are very, very quick to think, oh man, this guy is really telling the same story over and over again. Come on, yeah? I mean, get over it. Uh, and I can so understand. Yeah, even me, same thing, right? I'm telling you the same things over and over again because for me, they're happening over and over again. I guess the important thing there is whenever one deals with a person whose reality that is, to not create hierarchy, to not allow the mind to, yeah, to get away with things like, oh, man, things like this could never happen to me. Yeah, this is like the last one. Before that was like, come on, can't be so bad. Come pull yourself together. I mean, get on with your life. Yeah, these kind of things. That's what the mind says very, very easily. And the more extreme form is, well, this could never happen to me. And for me, I'm saying this is the most extreme form because the word never is a big, big word. And one example that comes to mind for me is a message I got in my early 30s. A friend of mine, a childhood friend, had committed suicide. And I clearly remember how my mind said, how could he possibly do this to his family and to his friends? How could he be so selfish and do that? Well, I can very much understand because I thought these thoughts, right? So I can totally understand how people think these thoughts. But I just want to remind you that if your mind says these things, most likely you have never been there. Because I mean, think of it. We have a survival instinct, right? Nobody wants to kill himself. And for somebody to take that absolutely desperate last step, there must be such a level of desperation that he actually finally ends up doing it. And this is my invitation for you to consider. If you can't get there emotionally and rationally, then please consider that you have just never been there. Because based on what I went through in the last 9 years, I would say it is just a matter of the duration and the intensity of suffering. But there comes a point where everyone breaks. It doesn't matter where you are, where you're from, who you are, how strong you are, mentally, physically, and all the rest of it. If the suffering is intense enough and for long enough, there comes a point where you break, and then there's one recurrent thought that is just looping in your head, and that is, make it stop. God, please make it stop. Please make it stop. And I'm just sharing this one more time because for all for all of you out there, yeah, who have ended up there, who are there, or who might end up there, this is a really, really tough space to be in. And I think, well, look, I don't have words for that. But since I've been there, I know how it feels. Um, the only thing I can say is hang in, because this will also change. Do whatever it takes to get through the next moment. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Don't freeze. I leave you with that.